hi, I didn't see you there. I know you're in a rush. I am too, which is why I'm going to double task today. So you want to know what the oh, that's a little splotchy. So you want to know what the Dose of Dee collaboration collection is. I'm going to tell you. The Dose of Dee collaboration is something that I have been dreaming about doing for a very long time. So as some of you know, I have been a designer for a few years now, and it's obviously very hard, both from a financial perspective and mentally, just waking up every day and convincing yourself over and over that this is your path. And even though, you don't have the funds to buy like a white picket fence house and an apartment that doesn't live by traffic going by, it's worth it. This is the dream. As a way to help drive traffic to my online store, I started the Dose of Dee podcast. And basically, the podcast was designed to get to the bottom of all of these unanswered questions I had about the industry. So what's more important, getting a brick and mortar store or doing online sales? What does it mean to be made entirely in Canada? And through a full year of conversations and interviews, I actually started to get a lot more traction with the podcast than my fashion brand. In August, we are launching season 2 of the podcast, and part of what I want to do is still continue on as my journey as a designer, but feature that growth and the manufacturing and the elements that go into creating a design through the podcast. So, what does that mean? The Dose of Dee Collaboration Collective is going to be a collection between myself and 5 other Canadian fashion designers. We will be doing everything from negligee to haute couture gowns to streetwear, depending on the designer who I partner with and what their sense of style is. In order to maintain a clear concisiveness to the entire collection, which will finish at about 15 to 25 pieces, each designer will be doing 3 to 5. We will be using my fabric, as I am formally trained as a surface designer. Why should you pick me to win the pitch? Well, if you pick me, not only is the documentation of this collection going to be featured through the Dose of Dee podcast, but I'm also going to be bringing the spotlight and exposure, meaningful exposure, not bullshit exposure, meaningful exposure to the designers that I work with. So if I do win the pitch, you are not just giving the prize to Dee Silkie, but you're giving the prize, oh, I was gonna snap this like in Mean Girls. But you're giving the prize to not one designer, not 2 designers. You get the picture. But 6 designers! So pick me, because I want the Dose of Dee podcast to be a household name. I want to keep being able to create things and to build my collection and to keep doing fashion. And I don't have rich mommy and daddy, and I don't have investors. I am completely self-funded. And so I need help with videography, with social media, with branding, so that I can put myself on the map, 5 other designers on the map, and show from the CN Tower that Canadian fashion is where it's at. Thank you so much for your time. I know we're all busy, and I appreciate in advance the consideration.